the fulfillment of our purpose is the actualization of someone else's purpose. So what that means is that when we get to fulfill our purpose, right, someone somewhere also gets to either discover his or her purpose or actualize or fulfill his or her purpose. And that's just how it works. Let's say, for example, if there was no Ketron Coleman, there would not have been a Benny Hinn. Maybe, probably, there would have been a Benny Hinn. But the fulfillment of Ketron Kuma's purpose was what made Benny Hinn to realize that he could actually do things she was doing. He could actually become, he could actually hear from God, he could actually walk with the Holy Spirit. And that was what brought about the fulfillment of his own purpose. So I'm saying this to you because there's a reason why you're here. God has a reason for bringing us into this world. You are not just made out of nothing. You're not just an atom. There's a reason why you're here. And the truth is, until you get to discover and fulfill the reason why you're here, the purpose for which God brought you here, right, you will not get to experience the joy of this life. And so, aside the joy of even fulfilling your purpose, discovering that you did everything God will have you do, you also have the joy of helping others to discover themselves, who they've been called to be and what they've been called to do. And that is the beautiful thing about inspiration. That is what inspiration is about. Inspiration is more like a tip of someone else's purpose, in the sense that we get inspired when we see people do things, right? And then something in you tells you that I think I can do this too. I think this is not far from me. I think if I put in my ability, if I put in the amount of effort this person puts in, if I'm able to do this and that, I will also be able to achieve this and that. That is what inspiration is. So when we get to fulfill our purpose, we get to help others become inspired. And when they become inspired, they can see the possibility of what they can do with their lives. So I'm saying this to you because you need to fulfill your purpose. Someone else's life is hinged or tied to the fulfillment of your purpose. Until you fulfill your purpose, they will not fulfill their purpose, or they might actually fulfill their purpose, but it's going to take them longer time because they are waiting on you to fulfill their purpose. I'm not saying that their lives are tied to yours per se, but the truth about it is that one way or the other, we are connected. So when we get to fulfill our purpose, other people also get to benefit from the fulfillment of our purpose, from the actualization of our purpose. So I'm saying this to you, don't live a wasted life. There's a reason why you're here. Discover that reason. That fashion house you want to open, that idea God is placing in your heart to carry out in line with your purpose, that vision, that technological solution that God is placing in your heart to carry out in line with your purpose is going to bring food to the table of so many. And so you cannot afford to give up on it. You cannot afford to run away from your purpose, chasing frivolities, chasing things that don't matter, trying to go along with the trend or trying to go along with what everybody is doing. No, you're not everybody. You are you. You're unique, created in the image of God, right? And so you must understand and you must know that you've been called, you're here on earth to fulfill a purpose, and you must fulfill that purpose. You must find that reason why you're here. Because when you do that, others can also fulfill their why. There are millions and millions of people waiting for you to fulfill your purpose, and they don't even know it. The discovery of Facebook was not just for Mark Zuckerberg to know that he was smart, he's a genius. The discovery of Facebook brought about also the discovery of other people's geniuses to realize that they could actually speak on Facebook, that they could share their thoughts, that they could write, they could type, they could speak to people. So I'm saying this to you. There's a reason why you're here, and you need to discover that reason, and you need to go for it with your life. Because the discovery of your purpose is the fulfillment and actualization of someone else's purpose. I hope this makes sense to you. Thank you very much for listening.